Right, blues endings with me, Daniel Smith. I'm here, I promise. My head isn't important though, my hands are. So I'm going to get straight to work and give you 12 ingredients which you can use with any jazz, blues or boogie woogie ending. I'm working on the basis of a 12-bar blues coming down in bars 9 and 10. From F, I beg your pardon, from G to F, from G to F, and finishing off in 2 bars 11 and 12. So all the bars that I number when I'm talking about 11 and 12, I'm talking about 11 and 12 of the 12-bar blues. That's the format I'm using. Right, first of all, I'm going to start slightly unconventionally. I'm going to start at the end and give you 4 final chords that you can use to finish off the whole piece. Here's chord number 1. Simply a C dominant 7th. Here's chord number 2. Now that is a C dominant 7th and 9th. I prefer playing it down an octave. Nice and resonant. Chord number 3, very similar. I'm just going to move that B flat to an A. Technically that would be a C 6th and 9th. Okay, and number 4, chord number 4 is... Now that's the chord I played in my little brief intro. I like that chord, it's quite a mean chord, New Orleans feel, Dr. John feel. Dominant 7th, and it's got a minor 3rd at the top. Okay, that was item number 1 of 12. I'm going to work back from there a little bit and go to the second last chord. Here we are, I'm going to give you just 1 chord this time. Now, if you want to know what that is, there is a G triad, G, B, D. I've just dropped the G down to the dominant 7th, which is an F, and I've raised the D to an E flat, and that's an augmented 5th. If you want to give that a name, you could call it a G with a 7th and augmented 6th. How does that work with some of the other chords I've just given you, the final chords? Would be one example, but you can mix and match with everything. Now I'm going to give you a variation of this second last chord, this penultimate chord. However, the chord stays the same, the right hand changes. We're not playing that G, we're playing C sharp. The reason why C sharp works is because these 3 notes are part of the C sharp chord. Technically, if you want to give this a name, it's a C sharp 9th, C sharp 9th. And again, in practice, how would that work with the previous example I gave you of the final chord? Nice and resonant, so we're already building up lots and lots of alternatives. Now, the method to my madness is, I hope, starting to make sense, because everything I'm doing now with you, you can use throughout everything else we do of all the ingredients we look at today, going through to number 12. Right, number 3 of 12, I'm going to give you 2 penultimate chords, 2 penultimate chords. Leading up to that final chord, let's say it's let's imagine it's this C 7th. Use 2 chords in the lead up to that. 2 chords. Would be one option. Would be another option. What did I just play? D 7th. C sharp 7th. And then your final chord. If that's the final chord you choose. Remember, you're always mixing and matching. The other alternative I gave you there was, now that's B flat, B, and I beg your pardon, those are both sevenths, B flat seventh, and hey presto. Now that's the end of item number 3. Item number 4 of 12 is now specifically looking at bar 11, and 4 and 5 are looking at 2 left hands in bar 11. So just to recap where we are, here's bars 9 and 10. So right now I'm going to start bar 11, and it's this. And I'm going to give you one beat in bar 12. Because from there on in, we can go on to our penultimate chords or penultimate 2 chords. As one example. Just to recap, that bar 11 then is simply this. That was 4 beats, and here's beat 1 of bar 12. Now that was left hand number 1. Now classic left hand number 2, going to recap bars 9 and 10. Now in this one, bars 9 and 10, you need to be a bit smart and get ahead of the game. And don't play it there, play it down an octave. The left hand, down 1 octave. That was bars 9 and 10. Here is bar 11, and you'll see the method to my madness. Why am I down there? Because bar 11 I want to be this. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, E, F, F sharp. Now, just like the previous example, beat 1 of bar 12, you would play, I'm going to give you, it's not the same note as the previous example, I'm just going to give you beat 1, and it's that G. Together, you would have if that was your chosen penultimate chord and final chord. Right, so that was items 4 and 5, 2 classic left hands. 2 classic right hands to go with those left hands are items 6 and 7. And here is item 6, focusing on that right hand in bar 11 only. Here's the context. There it was, 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, notice that C repeated for the first 2 of those. I'll put that together with the left hand. Where does that leave us? That leaves us to play 1 beat in bar 12. I already gave you the left hand. Here's the right hand for beat 1 of bar 12. And then we're on to our penultimate chord. And final chord, the ones of our choice. Okay, item number 7 of 12 is the second right hand, which would go with, remember that left hand when I veered down there in bars 9 and 10? I'll take it from bar 9 and 10. Just going to isolate those 4 beats in the right hand. And just to excuse some technical fiddlings going on in the background here. That's my wife, you can hear. Don't worry though, we're still focusing on this right hand here. Beats 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is bar 11. Hands together. And yet again, that just leaves us with one beat in bar 12. And again, it's a nice big fat C chord. I'll put that together with the ending that we've just been using recently. Okay, that was item number 7 of 12, and please don't forget that you can mix and match with those final chords especially. Item number 8, right hand improvisation in bar 11. In bar 11 only, you can improvise in the right hand. Here's an example. That was bar 9. Now, I wouldn't say that was the most inspired piece of improvisation in the world, nor the most smooth. However, I'm going to do another example just to show you you can just squeeze in one bar of improvisation in bar 11. And of course, you can improvise in bar 11 on any combination of the endings we've done so far. Okay, item number 9. Now I'm going to flip back to item number 4. Now item number 4 was that left hand ending. Here's the hands together, which is item number 4 and item number 6. On that right hand, you've got a couple of options. Instead of playing these chords, you could play that's G and E, F sharp and E flat, F and D, E and C. I'll play that again. Here's a third variation you could play, and it's this. I'll go through those notes, I'll play them for you one by one, nice and slowly. And the final little ingredient you can add into the mix there, I'm only going to demonstrate this on one of those variations I gave you. I'll do it on the last one. You can make it triplets like this. I'll do that again. And you could use that with any of those right hand endings at that point. Okay, that was integrating a couple of the ingredients that I've given you today. Now that was item number 9. Item number 10, I've just got 3 to go. I'm going to look at bars 9 and 10. And in bars 9 and 10, remember we're playing G, C. You can simply play the G and, I beg your pardon, G, F. I beg your pardon, I'm going to repeat that. You're playing G to F. Occasionally I get tongue-tied. G to F. You play that 3 times, so you repeat bars 9 and 10 twice. would then make it 16 bars, I suppose, that final verse. Just playing that G and the F 3 times. It just builds up a bit of expectation to the audience. Hey, we're coming towards the end. Okay, item number 11 of the 12 is what I did there was in bar 10, beat one of bar 10, just hit that F, and you've got a brief moment to improvise. And then you continue on with whichever ending you have chosen. Now that technique you can also use should you repeat. If you look at item number 11 of what I've just been teaching you, you can also use that hitting the F the final time you play it here, just the same as item number 11. Again, squeezing in some improvisation there on that final F. Right, last but not least, I've entitled this in my notes to myself. I'm still here, folks. I've entitled this Hold On, Hold On, Hold On and Improvise. And that's because we skip right back to one or two of the initial ingredients I gave you, and I promised we'd use them throughout the whole of this presentation, those penultimate chords. So if you skip back to item number 2 or 3, you can use what I'm going to teach you right now with those. Hold on and improvise. I'll show you what I mean. Hold on and improvise. So that penultimate chord, hold it and improvise on the blues scale. I'm not going to talk about that now because that's the subject of another presentation. However, that also holds sway and is applicable to item number 3, which was doing 2 final chords or 3 final chords, 2 final lead-in chords. Here we go. There I happen to choose that D 7th, C sharp 7th, and on each of these I improvised, I stopped and I improvised. That was item 12 of 12, folks. I hope that's been of use, and I'm going to play you out and see you again sometime soon.